Next on Good Morning El Paso, we have the latest details of that stabbing that took place last night in Northeast El Paso. Our round-the-clock crew has new video. Big news out of Dona Community College. A problem that caused a lot of students to leave a few years ago has been fixed. And good news for classic movie buffs out there. A staple in El Paso kicks off today.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
A very good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez, and everyone joining us today. I'm Hillary Floren. Stephanie Valle has the day off. Good morning. It is now 6 o'clock. Let's get right to Crystal Clay and talk about the hot temps we're expecting later today, just like yesterday, right?
Just like yesterday. We hit a high yesterday of 103 degrees, which tied a record for the highest temperature ever on that date. Today, we are again looking at 103, and that means the more potential for record-breaking conditions. Let's start out with a look at your temperatures this morning, though. We're at 77 in El Paso. It feels like 78 outside with that relative humidity at 44%. We still have that lingering moisture, just as we have the last few days, which leaves us with that light 10% chance of rain. In Las Cruces, we're at 70 degrees outside this morning, and our winds at 5 miles per hour out of the west. Coming up, we're going to be talking about your threats. Right now on your threat tracker, heat is the main focus, again in the red at that moderate high level. As for rain, lightning, that's at a low level threat, but could we see some rain showers move through? We'll have the latest updates on your raincast in a few minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Crystal. And now to new details on that stabbing that happened last night in Northeast El Paso. Police tell us the victim is 20 to 30 years old, and that's all the new information that they have given us. We know it happened just after 9 o'clock last night at a home on the 5600 block of Sun Valley. In fact, this is new video from that scene. Police say the man is at University Medical Center after being stabbed in the chest. Police say it started as a fight, but no word at this point on any arrests. And still no arrests after a deadly shooting in Northeast El Paso that happened early yesterday morning at Van Buren near Cassidy Road. Police say when officers arrived, they found a man with gunshot wounds. He was taken to University Medical Center where he later died. Our photographer saw investigators marking the location of bullet casings in the parking lot of a shopping center. Details on this also still very limited. Police are not telling us the victim's name or if there are any suspects. Just hours before the highly anticipated Republican presidential debate tonight, the frontrunner, Donald Trump, is facing new questions about his past ties to Democrats and whether he's too cozy with the Clintons. ABC's Bazi Kanani is in Washington right now with the latest on campaign 2016.
The city of Cleveland getting ready for the national spotlight. The largest crowd in Republican presidential debate history. 5,000 will gather at the Quicken Loans Arena when the top 10 candidates take on the issues and possibly each other.
Certainly I don't want to attack. If I'm attacked, I have to, do something back, but I'd like it to be very civil.
Donald Trump says he will wing it, not rehearsing for the debate, as the other 9 candidates are, including Dr. Ben Carson and Mike Huckabee, seen here in practice sessions. Analysts say there are different rules for Trump, the faraway frontrunner, and his competitors.
I think Donald Trump needs to show himself, if I were advising him, to be substantive and not, overly clownish, which some people are going to expect, but be serious and feel presidential. And then the other 9 candidates, and if I were advising one of the other 9 candidates, I would say they have to figure out a way to get oxygen back in the race, because right now all of that is being consumed by Donald Trump.
Trump could face questions about his relationship with the Clintons after a new report that just weeks before he jumped into the race, he talked about GOP politics in a phone conversation with President Bill Clinton. And Jeb Bush may be asked to explain a recent gaffe.
I'm not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues.
The 7 candidates who did not make the cut for the primetime event will debate at a separate forum 4 hours earlier. The Democratic frontrunner, Hillary Clinton, said she will not be watching the debate because she'll be traveling at the time. Bazi Kanani, ABC News, Washington.
An update now on the Children's Hospital bankruptcy case. A bankruptcy trustee is raising questions about how Children's wants to spend money. According to court documents, trustee Judy Robbins is objecting to Children's hiring of investment bankers Miller Buckfire out of New York. Children's says the bankers will help them find a third party to buy or affiliate with the hospital. The trustee says it's unclear if Miller Buckfire will also provide financial advice and why it needs to get $50,000 per month plus other fees. She's asking the judge to deny children's request unless the hospital provides more answers. From our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom now, Dona Community College says its nursing program's accreditation has been restored. In 2012, many students had to transfer when the school lost its accreditation. This announcement affected nursing students for the next 5 years, starting with those who just graduated in May. DACC President Dr. Renee Scott says one of the reasons the college lost its accreditation was because faculty members kept leaving for other jobs with better pay. Dr. Scott says stabilizing the faculty was a big part of regaining that national accreditation.
You know, it's hard to tell. Again, not having been here, leadership styles are just different. People have different approaches to leadership styles. For us, what's working is creating a culture of collaborations where titles denote who's responsible for what, but we're all in it together when it comes to supporting our programs.
DACC is facing another problem. 81 former students who had to transfer back in 2012 because of this filed a class action lawsuit against the school for damages because of delayed entry into the workforce. An attorney who represents that group says the students could potentially receive about $52,000 for a year's worth of missed work. 2 Socorro District schools should be back to normal this morning after being put on a lockdown Wednesday. It was merely a precaution because a grenade was found in the canal road behind a home on the 1000 block of Montreal Circle. On this map, you can see that Waco Elementary is also just a few blocks away. The bomb squad safely removed that grenade, which was partially intact. As a precaution, students at Waco and Sanchez Middle Schools were kept indoors. A missing elderly woman we told you about yesterday on Good Morning El Paso has been found. Some good news here. In this ABC 7 update, yesterday we told you about 84-year-old Mary Howard who walked out of her East El Paso foster home. We're happy to report the police department tweeted yesterday, "Cancel silver alert on 84-year-old Mary Howard, located in good health after news broadcast." We're glad that she's okay. So are we. It's 6:07. Here's a live look at traffic this morning. Nice looking shot there at I-10 and East Lake. Some pretty colors and cars moving along on the freeway just fine. No problems to tell you about, but we'll keep an eye on it and let you know if there are any trouble spots. In the meantime, still to come on Good Morning El Paso today, a man, get this, with a hatchet, pepper spray, and a fake gun attacking people inside a Tennessee movie theater. We have the details on that story. That's coming up. Also, with the debris found off Reunion Island, authorities are now trying to map exactly where that missing plane might have possibly gone down. And we'll talk weather and heat with meteorologist Crystal Clyde. Good morning.
Going hand in hand in this forecast, we're going to look at how high your temperature will soar today after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.